Hi, I have a question for Julia. So you already spoke a little bit about kind of the different sections, the distinct sections that the book is divided into, but I was just curious how those different sections and different voices played into your translation process regarding the order, the sequence in which you translated. Did you kind of go from beginning all the way through the end, or were there sections that you were drawn to first, for example, the oral interviews?
Thank you for that. While you were asking the question, I was thinking to myself, maybe today I would have translated all the oral sections together and then all of the sort of introductory sections together and all of the vignettes together. But I actually think the fact that I separated the oral sections was for the best, because it kept each of those voices quite contained. I just started from, it's not very original. I started from the beginning and I made my way through. And at the time, I hadn't translated a book before, but I had translated a lot of poetry. And so I was very drawn to the early parts, and it may be the section that I spent most time on, just sort of tinkering with the language, possibly too much. I have a friend and who is also a translator, who says he always begins with the section that he's most drawn to and that he feels best encapsulates the book. I think it would be hard to choose one section that does that. Susana knows this, but I'm obsessed with the little vignette about the man who loves flowers and is awful to his wife. There's something about it that I just can't get out of my head. But no, I'm not sure I would do things differently. Of course, if you give me this book to translate again, I might go at the oral sections again, because they feel like oral language might be the hardest language to pin down. And our own voices change so much over the years. I'm not sure I answered your question. I probably did. Let's say I answered your question.
Let me just say that, yes, I do know that you love that section. That's why I mentioned it before as an example. But also I wanted to say that while I was writing, that was also the section I spent more time writing, although it's so short. And I kept writing it as I was writing the other things. So it kind of, I was writing it throughout the whole process, and I guess you kind of did the same, right, with the translation. You just kept going back to it, right? But we were doing the other stuff.